Welcome back, students. I'm on unit lesson 3, making effective presentations. I'm going to go over your persuasive speech assignment. I went over the informative speech, and I just want to remind you for unit lesson 3, you have two major speech presentations. You have the informative and persuasive. In the previous screen recording, I already went over informative speech. Now I'm going to go over persuasive speech. Again, you still have the same chapters 9 through 12. This is your to-do list, and right here it shows you both major speeches, informative and persuasive. You still have the same online speech delivery do's and don'ts, and please make sure that you have taken the time to view this video where I recap how the proper setup for your speeches in this course. Because I need to see you. I also need to see your PowerPoint, making sure that you're visibly seen, that I can also hear you. So make sure that you view this video. So let's go on to the next screen. These are your student notes for this chapter, for this unit, chapters 9 through 12. And you have your PowerPoints 9 through 12. You have your speech resources. These are your resources for your persuasive speech. I also have this outline in the outline assignment, and I'm going to go over that with you. I also included the online speech delivery do's and don'ts, and I include that document all throughout this unit. I also included how to upload your speech on YouTube. So once you have recorded your speech, whether you use your iPhone or webcam, then you would upload your speech presentation to YouTube, and this shows you the process on how to do that. Once you upload your speech on YouTube, then you will copy and paste the URL on the assignment link. I also have a video on how to follow that process. So let's go ahead and click on next. I do provide this video of Professor Lyon, informative versus persuasive, and you could check that video out. This is your discussion board. I went over that already with you. Let's see. Let me keep going till I get to persuasive speech. I'm right here now. Persuasive speech video presentation. So this unit covers chapters 9 through 12. Make sure that you read those chapters. And chapter 11 covers the persuasive speech. Now, what is a persuasive speech? It's to influence change in attitude, belief, or to reinforce. You want to persuade the audience to take a favorable action, create an awareness, show the importance of a problem or issue, convey information, and most importantly, promote a behavioral change. You want to educate your audience about the size and seriousness of a problem and convince them that they can and should make a difference. So this is way different from an informative speech. You're persuading the audience to act, to take action. Please avoid these topics. Abortion, death penalty, and religion are off the table. I also have a video here of the Monroe's motivated sequence pattern. This is the pattern that you will be using for your persuasive speech. Please watch this video. This will help you gain understanding of this method as you work on your outline. This is Dr. Lyon again. He does an excellent job of going over the 5 steps of the Monroe's motivated sequence. Choose a topic that is related to the business world. Just make sure that it follows the Monroe's motivated sequence pattern. Procedure. First, construct an outline of your speech. Use the Monroe's motivated sequence pattern outline template located in the outline assignment, and I will go over that after this. Note that an outline is not a manuscript of the speech itself, but a skeleton of the ideas and materials that will be presented. The final draft of your outline must include a type work cited section with all sources cited correctly in APA format. I've included an APA site generator right here. Remember, you must use at least 3 sources. You could use more than that, as long as you use at least 3 sources. And make sure that you give credit to those sources in APA format. Do not put off your outline until the last minute. Remember, this should be done early before you start practicing your speech. Now, with the outline complete, transfer key ideas and phrases to note cards. You are allowed note cards. However, those note cards, you only include keywords and phrases. Do not write your whole speech. You're allowed at least 5 note cards. And you also must include a PowerPoint presentation with at least 5 to 7 slides. Please stay within 5 to 7 slides. With these steps complete, you should set aside time to actively practice your speech. You should practice your speech at least 5 to 7 times. And for each practice session, at least practice 20 to 30 minutes each session. This will help you deliver the speech conversationally and help you know your topic well. Use your note card sparingly. Practice your speech until you're fully confident and you know the information, you know your topic very well. Dress attire should be business casual, as this would provide a positive learning experience. I've also included the online speech delivery do's and don'ts. So I've included that document almost everywhere. All students are expected to incorporate an extemporaneous type of delivery. Any speech that is read in its entirety will receive no higher than a 70%, and that is if all the elements below are met. Please make sure that you watch that video back in the Welcome Unit Lesson 3 on how the proper setup as you give your presentation. You should use each step of the Monroe's motivated sequence and incorporate ethos, pathos, and logos. So make sure that you have read, let me go back up here, chapter 11, because it discusses ethos, pathos, and logos. So this is the Monroe's motivated sequence. Please watch this video of Dr. Lyon. These are the 5 steps, and I have the 5 steps here. Attention, how will you get your audience to stop and listen? The need problem step. In this step, you convince your audience that your cause is a problem that needs to be solved. So you really need to share with the audience the problems, because if you do not convey the problem to your audience, how severe the problem is, when you get to the solution step, satisfaction solution step, they're not going to be ready to accept your solution, because in step number 2, the need problem, you haven't conveyed the severity of the problem. You haven't given them enough information. So make it count. I know I use that a lot, make it count. Really make it count so that the audience is ready when you get to step number 3 to listen to your solution. In this step, introduce your solution. How will you solve the problem? This should be the main part of your presentation. And then the visualization step. This is where you help your audience visualize the difference that your solution is going to make, what it will look like if they adopt your solution. You also can convey what happens if they do not adopt your solution, the negative consequences. So use both positive and negative appeals. How will life be different if nothing is done? What does this look like? And then this is your last step. This is one of the most important steps, because this is your last chance, your last opportunity to convince your audience to act now. Give them a specific call to action. What can they do now or in the near future to help? Make sure you give contact information when relevant. Be specific. Leave them with something simple, easy task for them to do to begin that change. Speech time frame, 4 to 6 minutes. Do not speak less than 4 minutes and do not speak more than 6 minutes. Remember, 3 sources. And during your presentation, mention those sources, such as according to the National Institute of Mental Health, or I'm just giving you that example. Oh, according to Forbes magazine, a study was written about, and then you that's how you cite your sources when you're mentioning during your presentation. So this is what you're going to be evaluated on. Make sure that all 5 steps of the Monroe's Motivated Sequence pattern is detailed. Make sure that you're incorporating ethos, pathos, and logos, and you could read the rest. I also have a rubric that you can read to make sure that you have all the elements, all the criteria, that you've read the criteria that you will be evaluated on. And you will upload your persuasive speech in this assignment link. I do have a video for that, on how to do that. So let's go on to the next one. So right here is your persuasive outline. Again, I included the APA site generator. This is where you're going to upload your outline template. This is the outline template right here, is a Word document. You must use this template. Do not use any other format. I will not accept any other format. If you do not have Microsoft Word, like I stated before many times, on the navigation menu, on the left of the navigation menu, you have Office 365 link, and you can get that Microsoft Word for free because you're a student of TCC. This is a student example of the Monroe's Motivated Sequence outline that I provided for you. So as you're working on the outline template, the Word document, and you open it up, you're going to type in your information, and I will show you that in a little bit. You will open it up and type in your information, and you will delete my instructions. I recommend that as you're working on the outline template, on your outline, you have this student example open side by side so that you can see what your final outline should look like. I've set the criteria here, and this is where you're going to upload your persuasive outline. So when I click on the outline template, I have it up already. Let's see here. I have it up. So let me go ahead, and this is what it looks like. This is the Word document. So when you download it, then just remember to click on Enable Editing so that it would allow you to type in the information. So you're going to go ahead and type in your information, and then you're going to type in the topic, fashion, and make sure that you take off the boldface. All I want boldface is the titles here. And then general purpose. Remember, just 2 words, to persuade. And then specific purpose, you can begin after listening to my speech, then what is the goal of your speech? And the thesis statement. As I stated before, thesis statement is so important because that's the central message of your speech. And include the main points that you will be discussing. So I'm going to show you the example of a student that did an excellent job, and I'll show you their thesis statement and what they included there. Remember, the thesis statement should not be a question, it should be a statement. Here you have the attention grabber. Remember, you do not want to begin your speech with, hello, my name is, and today I'm going to talk to you about this. Remember, you need to grab your audience attention. You can share with them a quote, a rhetorical question, a statistic, a personal story, a fact related to the topic. So just remember, you will delete this and then just type in the attention getter. You leave this, step 1, attention getter, step 2, need and problem. You're just deleting my instructions and just typing in your information. So here are the 5 steps, and make sure that once you have included all the detailed information for each step, then right here is going to be the works cited. And remember, in APA format, at least 3 sources. You could use more than that, but at least 3 sources. So let me go ahead and go back to here. And I'm going to go ahead and click on the student example. So right here. So this student did their topic. As you can see, they remove my instructions and they just have their information. So this student did their persuasive speech using the Monroe's motivated sequence pattern. That is the pattern that you will be using for your persuasive speech. The topic is nature-friendly alternatives to fast fashion. That was their persuasive speech. General purpose, to persuade. Specific purpose, to have audience replace fast fashion with nature-friendly alternatives. The thesis statement: the earth is endangered by fast fashion through land, air, and water pollution. But together we can save the planet by adopting nature-friendly alternatives. So if you read the thesis statement and you see that the student included the problems that they're going to be discussing in step number 2. So the earth is endangered by fast fashion through land. And the student talked about that because that's one of the problems. Land pollution. And then the second one is air. So they talked about air pollution. And they talked about water pollution. So these are the problems of fast fashion. See the severity. So you have to really detail, give the audience how severe is the problem. And when you go back to the attention getter, they just did not have one sentence. It's a detailed information, detailed sentences of the attention getter. They gave statistics. Again, the audience wants to know as much information as you can give them in order for them to be ready to accept your solution. So they went into detail about the problems of fast fashion. And then right here, they gave the audience nature-friendly alternatives. Thrifting, borrowing, recycling, better buying habits. See? Now, of course, this is a 4 to 6 minute speech. Now, they were detailing their outline, but when it came to the speech, they were within that time frame. So you're not going to, and remember, you're not reading your speech. You're not supposed to. You know the heavy penalty behind that. On your note cards, you're just including keywords and phrases. Again, 4 to 6 minutes, but your outline should be fully detailed. And then after the solution, they talked about the visualization step. What the earth will look like if the audience adopt the solution, and what it will look like if they do not. And then at the end, they gave the action step. This is what you can do. Something simple at the end. Leave your audience with something simple, specific, easy to do for them to begin that change. So if you're wanting them to visit a website, well, then convey the website, where to find it. If you want them to call a number, then go ahead and share that number. Be specific. And then right here, the student APA format. They're cited their sources. And that's it. And then they submitted their final outline on this. So let me go back here. So this is where you will submit your persuasive speech outline. Remember, it must follow the Monroe's motivated sequence pattern. This is the criteria, and you will upload your outline here. The next is your PowerPoint. Remember, you upload your PowerPoint here. It's 5 to 7 slides. I'm gonna go ahead and include the rubric, just like I did for the other one. And that's it. And I'm looking forward to both of your speech presentations in this course. Thank you.